The whispered rumors circulating about the July 22nd episode just landed on my desk, and what these writers are allegedly setting up is downright criminal. Let us start by looking closely at Britt and her sudden desperation to return to the hospital. On the surface, the spoilers want us to believe that she is simply begging to get her job back. After the absolute nightmare of her fake diagnosis and her terrifying time on the run, it makes sense that she would want some normalcy. We are meant to feel sorry for her as she likely stands in front of the hospital board, shedding tears and asking for a second chance to practice medicine. But if you ask me, we are being played. Britt is not crawling back just to check patient charts, prescribe antibiotics, and play nice with the other doctors. This is a classic, deeply calculated, manipulative scheme. Britt has a massive hidden agenda, and I believe she is using her tearful plea for employment as a brilliant Trojan horse. She does not care about the paycheck or the prestige. She needs unrestricted, high-level access to the highly classified medical archives located deep within the hospital's servers. I theorize that Britt is hunting for a specific, heavily guarded clue tied to a deeply buried, ancient secret that someone powerful has tried to erase. Getting her credentials reinstated is merely step one in a master plan that will ultimately bring the entire hospital administration to its knees. Once she is inside, the first domino falls, and the security of everyone's medical history will be completely compromised. And here is the twist that will make your jaw drop regarding her dynamic with Tristan. The show is heavily teasing a bitter rivalry between them, setting them up as immediate enemies fighting over territory and respect. No, guys, I firmly believe that is a complete misdirection. Tristan is not going to be her adversary, he is going to be her secret partner in crime. I suspect they will form a dangerous, unholy alliance, pretending to hate each other in public while secretly working together behind closed doors to investigate a massive conspiracy festering inside the hospital. Imagine the shockwaves when the board realizes they have inadvertently handed the keys to the kingdom to two rogue doctors operating completely off the grid. But Britt's secret investigation is just the beginning of the chaos. This brings us to the explosive, highly anticipated situation involving Brick, Carly, and Valentine. We have been explicitly led to believe that Brick is going to hand Carly a USB drive filled with undeniable, damning proof of Valentine committing terrible crimes. The narrative wants us to think that this is the final nail in Valentine's coffin, the ultimate proof that he has been playing Carly for a fool this entire time. Carly is supposed to look at this evidence and finally see the monster everyone claims he is. What if that is a complete and total lie? What if that USB drive does not ruin Valentine at all? My domino theory suggests that Brick actually uncovered evidence proving that Valentine is being meticulously and ruthlessly framed by a much larger, far more dangerous shadow organization. The files on that drive do not show Valentine's guilt. They show how deep the conspiracy goes to perfectly forge his digital footprint and financial records. This revelation flips the entire script, turning Valentine from a villain into a desperate victim fighting a war he cannot win alone. This puts Carly in an agonizing, impossible position, acting as the next domino in this tragic chain. She holds the absolute key to Valentine's innocence in the palm of her hand. However, if she hands that drive over to the police to clear his name, she might inadvertently expose Valentine's deep cover efforts to dismantle this very organization from the inside. She has to choose between legally clearing his name and protecting his actual life from assassins who are watching his every move. If Carly is backed into a corner and forced to surrender that USB to the authorities, Valentine could end up arrested anyway, forced to take the fall just to maintain his cover and protect the real targets of his mission. This agonizing choice will inevitably trigger a vicious cycle of resentment and explosive arguments between Carly and Sonny. Sonny, who already despises Valentine, will demand that Carly use the drive to destroy him. When Carly hesitates, trying to protect the man she believes is being framed, Sonny will undoubtedly view her actions as a massive betrayal of their legacy family. The fallout from Carly's dilemma is going to push Sonny over the edge, causing a massive rift between them that could take years to heal. Carly's desperate attempt to do the right thing will only isolate her further from the people she loves the most. Speaking of Sonny, the spoilers hint that he is going to make a shocking decision to step back from his organization's daily operations in order to focus on protecting his family from impending legal and physical threats. But guys, we have watched Sonny for decades. We know him better than that. He is not just retiring to sit on the porch and play board games with his grandchildren. This apparent retreat is a brilliant, highly deceptive, manipulative, scheme designed to make his enemies, especially the escaped gens, believe he is weak, vulnerable, and ready to surrender his territory. By stepping into the shadows and feigning defeat, Sonny is actually positioning himself to execute a massive lethal counterattack. And who is going to help him orchestrate this underground war? Justine. Yes, you heard me right. I suspect that during their tense, emotionally charged conversation, Sonny and Justine will realize they are both being targeted by the exact same unseen puppet master. They are going to forge a shocking unholy alliance, working entirely off the books and outside the confines of the law to take down this mutual enemy. If this secret partnership is ever exposed, it will completely destroy Justine's legal career and send Sonny straight to federal prison, bringing down his entire empire in one fell swoop. As Sonny prepares for a hidden, bloody war, the chaos inevitably bleeds over into Dante's life. We know Dante is gearing up to make a shocking proposal. Most fans assume this is about his romantic future or a legal maneuver regarding custody issues with Lulu. But what if Dante's proposal is actually a desperate, impassioned plea for a total family ceasefire? I theorize that Dante realizes the danger surrounding Valentine, Charlotte, and the rest of them is far greater than their petty custody squabbles. He is going to propose that the entire Legacy family drop their weapons and unite to face this new, terrifying threat together, knowing that a divided family will easily be slaughtered by their enemies. But the real linchpin in this emotional family drama, the domino that changes the entire game, is Charlotte. At first glance, she just wants to convince Lulu to let her see Valentine, acting like a typical teenager missing her father. However, if you ask me, Charlotte is harboring a massive, dangerous secret that the adults are completely oblivious to. I believe Charlotte knows that Valentine did not just disappear or act shady for his own selfish, criminal reasons. She knows, perhaps from intercepting a message or overhearing a classified call, that Valentine is actively protecting someone incredibly important from this mysterious shadow organization. When Charlotte finally drops this bomb, it will shatter Lulu's righteous anger into a million pieces. Charlotte's revelation could be the very thing that forces Lulu and Valentine to end their vicious cycle of warfare and actually work together for the greater good. Instead of fighting over visitation rights, they will have to form a united front to protect their daughter and whoever Valentine is hiding. If they unite, it changes the entire power dynamic of the show, proving that the love for a child can overcome even the deepest, most toxic hatred. And finally, the last domino that will bring this entire house of cards crashing down is Anna. She is reclaiming her prestigious title as police commissioner, but she is not just returning to sit behind a mahogany desk, sign paperwork, and pose for press conferences. Anna's spy instincts are sharper than ever, and I am convinced she is going to launch an immediate, highly classified, rogue, independent investigation into this entire tangled mess. She will not trust the official reports, and she certainly will not trust the rumors floating around the precinct. When Anna starts digging into the digital footprints and the forensic evidence, she is going to uncover truths that directly contradict the intel brick provided to Carly. This is going to create a catastrophic collision between Anna's official police investigation, Carly's hidden USB drive, and Sonny's underground unholy alliance with Justine. Who is actually manipulating the truth in this town? Is Valentine the ultimate victim, or is he playing a multi-dimensional game of chess with everyone, including Carly and Charlotte? The layers of deception are so thick, I can barely breathe just thinking about it. When Anna's findings finally see the light of day, the explosion will leave no one unscathed. Will this legacy family survive the devastating fallout, or are we watching the final tragic collapse of everything they have fought to build?